Hi there. Thank you for watching my views and news. Two news stories. Firstly, Trigger Reviews, where I told you in the video, in a video a few hours ago, that frustration was creeping in TPLF's ranks. I said big decisions could be made. A secret meeting has been held to, and some decisions have been made by TPLF Debretsion wing. Some special participants were invited for this meeting. Secondly, two deadly drone strikes in Amhara on Friday. Dozens have been killed in these drone strikes. Conflicting reports about the identity of the killed, Fano or civilians. Drone strikes are really testing Fano fighters. I told you that this brutal air campaign is going to test the Fano fighters. Let's start from Tegara viewers. I analyzed in the last video that TPLF Debretsion wing people are getting frustrated. They were hoping that they would be able to remove Gitacho quickly. They expelled Gitacho from the party, and other CC members who stood with Gitacho, they expelled them from the party. They took second decision and they said that TPLF people said, Debretsion, that they had relieved Gitacho and his companions from interim government of Tigray, that they cannot, the Gitacho group people cannot represent TPLF, cannot represent Tigray. They asked federal government, international community to know that Gitacho and others are not representatives of Tigray. Getachew refused. He refused to step down. So some of his cabinet members who were standing with him against Debretsion, they have left Tigray. They're abroad now. But Getachew is sticking in. He's showing resistance. Obviously, he has someone at his back. TPLF now wants to make big decisions. Frustration there. It its narrative that it has legal right to be in power in Tigray. It has legal right to remove Getachew is not being respected. So what will TPLF do? Well, when we heard the talk of Mongerino a few days ago, 2 to 3 days ago, she hinted at a likely attempt by the TPLF to mobilize the people of Tigray against Getachew's government. That will happen maybe. That would be the last resort which would be used by TPLF Debretsion. Before that, another move is in the making. A secret meeting has been held, a virtual meeting. We received this information through some people close to these developments, in touch with me for almost 4 years. They confirmed to me what happened. LM is active. LM, from day one, since Getachew took office, has been trying to undermine Getachew's government. He was party's main figure. So he's no more part of party's executive committee. He's part of central committee of the party, but he's still one of the key players in TPLF Debretsion wing. He, Mungerino, are two main planners. LM held a virtual meeting with TPLF activists. I have names too. I won't disclose names. TPLF activists, pro TPLF media outlets, including YouTube channel owners, journalists were part of this meeting. Uh, okay, I won't disclose names. I have two names in front of me written here, but I won't disclose their names. What did they discuss? The Alim, TPLF group, and these activists. What were these activists briefed by TPLF Debretsion wing leaders? Alim wants these TPLF activists to launch a new narrative through their videos, through their YouTube channels, through their social media pages. Narrative is meant to put pressure upon Tigray security forces. That Tigray security forces are not discharging their official legal duties. They are not supposed to be silent. They're supposed to take action on a group which claims to be TPLF, but it's not TPLF. The first part of the narrative, which will be launched, will be directed at Tigray security forces to force them to take action against Gitachoreda group. Secondly, public mobilization. Narrative will be built by these pro-TPLF outlets that TPLF is one, and that is the one represented by Debretsion. There is no other TPLF. There are no two TPLFs. Where they, by the way, said in an interview, there are two groups. So TPLF, Debretsion is countering this narrative, saying there is only one TPLF. The other TPLF is not true TPLF. So through the videos, the analysis, the clips of YouTubers, YouTube channels, other media outlets, TPLF Debretsion wants to mobilize the people of Tigray so that the Tigray security forces take action on Gitachoreda to remove him. This is the new decision made by Alim Group. So you'll see a new narrative shaped in the media in coming days. You'll see videos by pro-TPLF people. People of Tigray, can they be mobilized against Getachew people? Yes, they can be mobilized. Problem is that Getachew also has a support base. So I think that the Debretsion wing supporters are greater in number, perhaps more active, more organized. Getachew people won't be able to counter the Debretsion wing people. But if there is any public mobilization by the Debretsion group, Getachew will also call for mobilization. That could lead to anarchy in Tigray, which Tigray security forces are opposed to. They say they won't let deterioration of security situation in Tigray. Secondly, viewers, deadly drone strikes are testing Fano fighters. It seems that they are now passing through the most difficult period of their armed resistance movement, which began last year. We've seen several rounds of military operations against Fano fighters since last year. They managed to repel the offensives. They managed to survive. Drone strikes are not being conducted for the first time. They were conducted last year too, earlier this year too. But this time, the air campaign is different. A brutal air campaign. Fano fighters are finding it almost impossible to move in vehicles. Reconnaissance drones hovering over Amhara region all the time. They monitor the movement of Fano fighters. Wherever Fano fighters are seen, they just drop bombs. Sometimes there could be attacks on civilians too by mistake, or civilians dying in collateral damage, because most of the strikes are being conducted in town, cities. Military withdraws from a town, Fano fighters enter, then drone strike is conducted. Two drone strikes conducted on Fano, according to pro-government sources, on Friday. Firstly, in central Gondar, Balisatala was hit. Here, a vehicle was precisely hit in a drone strike. Fano sources say that the vehicle was a transport public transport vehicle. People killed in this drone strike are civilians. It's difficult to differentiate between a Fano fighter and a civilian. Fano fighters just have guns. That is the only difference between them and civilians. And sometimes they're without guns. They do other tasks for Fano. Second strike was conducted in Abraha Jira, again on Friday. It is in West Armachio, Gondar. One strike was conducted at around 8 a.m. in the morning. Second one, 2 hours after that. So on Friday morning, two drone strikes in Gondar. Around 40 deaths are being reported. Since independent media is not allowed to enter Amhara, I don't know what is situation on the ground. No real-time coverage can be made. No real-time pictures, videos can be acquired from the region. That is why it's difficult to reach a conclusion about the actual damage on the ground or the identity of the killed. But drone strikes are being confirmed and deaths of people are being confirmed in this almost on daily basis. We're seeing strikes now. Gujam and Gondar are two main zones, especially Gujam and now Gondar as well. Thank you for watching.